Happy Monday. Today is the first week. No. Today is the week of April 21st, 2025. And we are starting off with some six line energy. Six line energy is the role model energy. This is a line that Ra would say was not really of this hexagram, this energy. It was more looking forward towards the next gate, looking over the whole circuitry. And here in the sun, it's we're going to be going into 27 here and 28 here. So that's kind of, the future forward looking kind of thing that we're looking for, the role model, right? They've gone through all the lessons and presumably have gained some amazing bit of information, and now it's looking for the next thing. And gate three, is the gate of, difficulty at the beginning. The fundamental challenge of initiation is to transcend confusion and establish order. So this is about initiation. It is today's theme is surrender. The ultimate maturity to recognize when struggle is futile. It's being fixed in this energy of the innate acceptance that ordering is a process, not a problem. That's what we're learning about. You got to go through the whole process. I think that's pretty appropriate to what's going on with the times. I mean, honestly, there's so much wisdom in this information here. And here we have gate 50 and the defense circuitry. This is the gate of the cauldron. I always think witchy things. The gate of the cauldron, concocting, creating. The value of historical continuity whose traditional values serve and enrich the present and the future. So we're being grounded in this energy of leadership. And that can show up as a frequency, anywhere from the strength to maintain one's values with vigor and continue to have harmonic relationships with others, through to the strength to maintain one's values, but at the expense of harmonic relationships. And so our role models will show us when it's appropriate to do one or the other, right? This is us kind of looking forward, like I said. We don't have any defined channels coming up here, but let's see what what the coins had to say for us. All right, so today while I was throwing the coins, I had heard a podcast of this guy who was talking about the Kabbalah and like how this time right now, this time period, this particular week or day that the podcast came out was a particularly powerful portal for switching timelines. And so I've been thinking about that. And I was thinking about that while I was throwing the coins and I don't know, tossing the cards and wondering, how does one go about changing timelines, especially in a timeline when that you're trying to call in something that is seemingly more beneficial. You're trying to manifest something that is more abundant, as I know many of us are right now. And so I'm curious to see if this kind of answers the question. So what I got was hexagram 58. Had a couple of changing lines, as you can see, at the second and the fourth, which, by the way, puts us at gate 3, which is what the sun energy is finishing up with now. And so gate 58 is the joyous. It's lake over lake. This hexagram, the sun, this like sun, is one of the 8 formed by doubling of a trigram. The trigram tree denotes the youngest brother. Youngest daughter. It is symbolized by the smiling lake, and its attribute is joyousness. Contrary to appearances, it is not the yielding quality of the top line that accounts for joy here. The attribute of the yielding or dark principle is not joy, but melancholy. However, joy is indicated by the fact that there are 2 strong lines within, expressing themselves through the medium of gentleness. True joy, therefore, rests on firmness and strength within, manifesting itself outwardly as yielding and gentle. The judgment, the joyous success, perseverance is favorable. The joyous mood is infectious and therefore brings success. But joy must be based on steadfastness if it is not to degenerate into uncontrolled mirth. Truth and strength must dwell in the heart, while gentleness reveals itself in social intercourse. In this way, one assumes the right attitude toward God and man achieves something. Under certain conditions, intimidation without gentleness may achieve something momentarily, but not for all time. When, on the other hand, the hearts of men are won by friendliness, they are led to take all hardships upon themselves willingly, and if need be, will not shun death itself. So great is the power of joy over men. The image, lakes resting one on the other, the image of the joyous. Thus, the superior man joins with his friends for discussion and practice. A lake evaporates upwards and thus gradually dries up. But when the 2 lakes are joined, they do not dry up so readily, for one replenishes the other. It is the same in the field of knowledge. Knowledge should be a refreshing and vitalizing force. It becomes so only through stimulating intercourse with congenial friends, with whom one holds discussion and practices application of the truth of life. In this way, learning becomes many-sided and takes on a cheerful lightness, whereas there is always something ponderous and one-sided about the learning of the self-taught. And so we had a couple of changing lines. 9 in the second place means sincere joyousness, good fortune, remorse disappears. We often find ourselves associating with inferior people in whose company we are tempted by pleasures that are inappropriate for the superior man. To participate in such pleasures would certainly bring remorse, for a superior man can find no real satisfaction in low pleasures. When recognizing this, a man does not permit his will to swerve so that he does not find such ways agreeable. Not even dubious companions will venture to proffer any base pleasures, because he would not enjoy them. Thus, every cause for regret is moved. And then we had a changing line at the 4th. So it starts here. 9 in the 4th place means joyousness that is weighed is not at peace. After ridding himself of mistakes, a man has joy. Often, a man finds himself weighing the choice between various kinds of pleasures, and so long as he has not decided which kind he will choose, the higher or the lower, he has no inner peace. Only when he clearly recognizes that passion brings suffering can he make up his mind to turn away from the lower pleasures and to strive for the higher. Once this decision is sealed, he finds true joy and peace, and inner conflict is overcome. Man, that is so fascinating, because I really feel like that did such an amazing job of answering the question of how you change timelines when you're trying to manifest something, mm, you've got to focus on keeping your thoughts and your actions and pure and aligning yourself with higher frequencies. And sometimes that means putting away friends and habits and, stop chasing after things that are just temporary, that bring temporary joy. These are not things that last. You've got to reach and strive for more purity of thoughts and higher frequency activities, and surround yourself with friends who are on the same path, who are in alignment and at that same frequency, to practice. That's why I love this stuff. It's so, I mean, it's the book of changes. It seems so random, um, and so coincidental, but it's really not. And so the cards here, Moonology, the first quarter moon in Aquarius says, trust the universe. Trust the universe. And let's see, what does this have to say on the occasion? It is time to release your grip on a situation. Passion is good, but too much can become manic. Sometimes we feel too much intensity around our dreams because we're scared they won't come true. But that's counterproductive. Live and let live a little. State your intention to the universe and then detach. Trust the universe and see what happens. The tighter your grip now, the more likely you are to lose out. This is doubly true if you've been jealous or had issues to do with sex or money. Avoid trying too hard to influence someone else. Manifesting mix. If you feel stuck or you're making someone else feel stuck, you need to tread carefully. Sometimes stuck people behave recklessly. Manifesting mindset. When this card comes up, there's a risk that you're being too rigid in your thinking, words, or actions. Loosen up, and you'll find it easier to overcome the challenges you're facing. Tune into your manifesting powers. The third eye chakra, the ajna, is located just above the midpoint between your eyebrows, and it allows you to see beyond life's illusions to the truth that you're an amazing being here to manifest your dreams. Let go and allow yourself to be filled with divine indigo light, healing you and your family line. Hold this card to your third eye and call in its energies with these words. Energies of the first quarter moon in Aquarius, thank you for showing me that it's okay to be me. When to manifest your magic? The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Aquarius, on a Saturday, or during Saturn's hour. The first quarter moon in Aquarius takes place when the sun is in Scorpio and the moon is in Aquarius. It knows that sometimes to make magic, you have to let go. Oh, yes. I feel like that is definitely speaking more onto the power of, you've got to let go of your old timeline. You got to let go of the grip on the situation. It says it right there. Ask for what you want, wish for what you want, and then trust the universe that you will get there. You will jump that timeline. It's beautiful. And so we will finish off with my White Light Oracle Guidebook. Today we've got card number 19, Solve Polluti, 741 hertz. And she's got one hand to her heart. And the wisdom here says, tune into your heart, and you will be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situations. Engage in self-healing and space clearing. Commit to regular practices that help you connect to your inner light. Your light shall not be overcome by any darkness or negativity. Take time to clean your heart and mind of negativity by focusing on the divine beings that bring joy to your heart. It is appropriate for you to desire your own personal and sacred space and access it daily. I mean, if that's not talking about the practice that you get to do with your friends to keep you in alignment with the higher frequencies as you change timelines. We live in an age of heightened environmental, emotional, and spiritual pollution. During such a world age, it takes more work to experience clarity, purity, and originality. Often, the bulk of our challenge is simply warding off further negative influences and attempting to dislodge the toxins permeating our energy field, psychologically, physically, and emotionally. The onslaught continues with chemical toxins in foods, polluted oceans which contaminate sea life, and the bombardment of electromagnetic radiation. When technological development lacks commensurate wisdom, such is the current case, progress contains a shadow side of harm to our planet and her creatures, including humans. Higher beings are lovingly and faithfully working to assist souls in their transition from fear to a love-based inner orientation, and to become strong enough to ward off further negative influences and reverse the toxic culture within themselves and our world. A shift is available for hearts willing to exchange the constant battle of relentless negativity for being a source of light, love, and peaceful abiding on this planet. When these hearts reside in an inner place of purity, they are able to bring unconditional love and spacious primordial wisdom into our world for the spiritual benefits of all beings, with their positive enthusiasm for the healing of for the healing of all beings. They can do much good in the world. To be around such hearts instills peace and relaxation, hopefulness and vitality within the soul. The frequency of 741 hertz cleans things up. Solve polluti is a Latin expression which means to clear pollutants and toxins. This frequency focuses on clearing, freeing the hold of negativity, and allowing the natural way of bright, beautiful manifestation to unfold. This frequency works to clear infections and electromagnetic radiation from the body. It also attunes one to the harmonics of the quantum field, the reorganizing principle of the higher self, which knows that you are here, what you are here, and how to dislodge and disengage from that which is inauthentic and obstructive to your radiant being. When this oracle appears in a reading, it is a call to clear yourself and your space in ways that feel affirming, inspiring, and beautiful for you. Trust that no matter how much gunk the ego-driven actions of humans might generate, it is no match for the power of spirit at play in willing human hearts. May all such hearts join with spirit and with each other to clear and bless all creatures for the greatest good. Healing process. Bring your awareness into the present moment as you ground yourself by feeling your feet connected to the earth. Let there be a feeling of pleasant heaviness as your feet pull the energy down from your heart and toward the earth. It is as if the feet can discharge unwanted energies which the Earth Mother, with her alchemical skill of transmutation, can utilize as fertilizer for new life. Place a hand over your heart. Feel your connection with yourself, with the light within, with the spiritual vastness that is the light within your heart. see, imagine, feel, or intend that the heart connection to the spiritual light is becoming stronger and more powerful as you gently tune your awareness to it. If you can relax and allow it, that intelligent inner light will begin to clear, cleanse, heal, renew, and protect you from within your cells. It will move out into all aspects of your life. You may feel this at a subtle level, but even if you feel nothing, you can trust it is happening anyway. You can further empower your process with this prayer. I call upon the pure white light for cleansing, realignment, renewal, and protection now. May I be protected from all negativities, purged from all maligned energies, and held in the sanctity of the light in all dimensions of my being. I shed and release that which obstructs my luminous and true nature, through divine mercy and grace for the spiritual benefit of all beings. As I will it, so mote it be. When you are ready, ground yourself and hydrate well. You have completed your healing process. I just love these healing processes. I hope that you guys get a chance to actually do some of these healing processes because I find them to be very beneficial. And so, yeah, these are beautiful, beautiful messages that are calling to us today. I feel like it definitely did a really good job of answering the question of, you know, hopping timelines and bringing in the abundance that you're trying to manifest. I know we're all always trying to manifest as we're trying to make this world into a beautiful love foundational world so we can all live in peace, health, and harmony. If you like this, please, please, please like, subscribe, comment, follow. And if you would like to have a reading for yourself, reach out to me. This is something that I do, a service that I do provide for people who are interested in getting a personal reading. I also do human design readings, and I offer free community gatherings via Zoom. If you are on a journey of transformation and you're looking for a sisterhood, you're looking for a community, support, guidance, then these communities could be for you. I've got one going now. It's mostly for women of color. But I am thinking of opening up another one if the intent and if people want that kind of thing for them. Just let me know. And as always, love yourself.